thing everybody wants to know. Successful past market timing forecasts. $1,900 gold, 2011. $49 silver, 2011. China's market top in 2015. The U.S. stock market top in July of 2015. Gold's bottom, December of 2015, at $1,045, all of which were forecast to the exact date. Timing answers the big questions. When? When is the Great Credit Collapse? When is gold and silver's price going to explode? First, let's define money and credit. 5,000 years ago, gold and silver were considered money. 2,000 years ago, gold and silver, again, were considered money. Today, are gold and silver still considered money? Money to currency. With the Currency Act of 1764, the world was given an alternative to gold called currency. In time, the world began to view currency as money. Currency to credit. Following currency, the concept of credit was introduced to the world. Credit, like currency, must be backed by faith and confidence to have perceived value. Today, our world runs on credit, not money. Credit gives the U.S. dollar and world currencies perceived value. Credit gives the world stock markets perceived value, and credit gives the world treasuries perceived value. Remove faith and confidence, and the perceived value will disappear. Remove faith and confidence from credit, and all that remains is the paper that they were written on. What remains is a U.S. dollar and world currencies with little to no perceived value, stock markets with little to no perceived value, and bonds and treasuries with little to no perceived value. Currency versus gold and silver. Currency and credit were created by man or governments, but to maintain any value as money, they must be backed by faith and confidence. Gold and silver were created by God and require no faith and no confidence to be money. So what does faith and confidence look like on a financial chart? Well, let's look at the Toronto Stock Exchange. Simple, it's a rising stock market. In 1982, the market broke down and then very quickly rose back up above the blue support line, stayed above it in 1993, 2002, 2009, and into January of 2016. Next, now let's look at the S&P 500. You'll notice two problems. First, the support line broke in 2008 and went down to the low in 2009. Secondly, from the 2009 low, the markets failed to rally back up above the support line. Presently, the markets are trading below the support line as of January 2016. Before the end of 2016, expect a third financial breakdown, two of which we already know about, and a third is coming. The first breakdown occurred in the year 2000, and it was a stock market .com bubble. That was a derivative bomb number one. Markets crashed into the year 2002, and then from that point rose back up into the year 2007. The second break occurred in the year 2007 with a stock market and the real estate bubble. As the markets crashed, the derivative bomb was twice to three times the size, and the markets crashed down into the year 2009. From 2009, quantitative easing was introduced, and markets rose back up to July of 2015, and in August of 2015, the stock market and the U.S. dollar both crashed. The difference now is the derivative bomb is $1.5 quadrillion, or $1,500 trillion. Notice that in August of 2015, both the stock market and the dollar crashed. This is a foreshadow of what is coming in the year 2016. Timing. Concealed biblical timing calculations. One cycle equals one circle. A circle is 360 degrees. A prophetic year has 360 days. Without getting into all the detailed calculations, simply look at the numbers in blue. Lastly, a Jubilee year is the completion of 49 years plus an additional 1 year, making it a 50th year. By applying the 7, the 21, 777, the 252, the 1260 timing cycle calculations to the stock markets, gold and silver, the results are as follows. The 2007 to 2000 gold-silver cycle using the 1260 and the 7 calculation. Silver calculation into the $49 top. From November 7th, 2007 top, we add 1260 plus additional 7 days, arriving at April 28th, 2011, which happened to be the exact $49 top and day for silver. Next, gold calculation from $1,033 to $1,923 top. Again, from March 17, 2008, we add exactly 1,260 days plus an additional 7 days, putting us to September 5th, 2011, which again happened to be the exact top for gold, which came into $1,923. Timing was to the exact day perfect. My question to you is, was that a coincidence? Next, from 2000 to 2007 stock market cycle, now we're using the 7 and the 21 calculation. From March 24th, year 2000, we add 7 years, 7 months, 7 days, and we arrive at October 31st, 2007, which was the exact day the stock market on the NASDAQ topped. Once again, the timing was to the exact day perfect, and was that just a coincidence? Next, we're using the 2007 to 2015 stock market cycle, applying the 7 and the 21 calculation again. So from the exact top on August 31st, 2007, we add 7 years, 7 months, 7 weeks, and we arrive at Sunday, July 19th, 2015. Next trading day is July 20th, 2015, Monday, and lo and behold, the U.S. NASDAQ topped on that exact date. Once again, timing was to the exact day perfect. My question to you is, was that just a coincidence? In a specifically timed July 20th, 2015 True News interview, we stated, off these highs here, it's over. Were we just lucky, or was our math correct? Below is an overview of the NASDAQ 17-year cycle using the 777 cycle. You'll notice all highs were hit to the exact day. 2000, 2007, and then 2015. September 2015 forecast. All last year, the world was focused on September 2015. Why? Well, in 2001, there was a Shemitah that brought 9/11 to the world. 7 years later, in September 2008, the Shemitah caused the biggest one-day crash on Wall Street, where the Dow crashed over 777 points. 7 years later, the world believed another crash was coming on September 2015, and as we forecast months in advance, the Shemitah would fail. In an article posted on August 20th, 2015, in reference to Shemitah 2015, we stated, Shemitah 2015 expected to disappoint the world, and it did just that. So why did it disappoint? Well, it's because of the 252 cycle. Let me explain. There exists a concealed 252-year and a 21-year recession depression stock market cycle. 360 cycles of 7 years equals 2,520 years. You drop a 0 and you arrive at 252-year timing cycle. 3 cycles of 7 years is 21-year timing cycle. So let's start with the Currency Act of 1764. We add 21 years, and we arrive at the monetary panic in Holland, which was the first crash. Then a depression 21 years later, and then another 21 years we have a recession. And you will notice that every 21 years, a recession or depression occurs. And the next crash low arrives this year, 2016. This will be the 12th cycle of 21. The 252-year cycle completes the currency cycle that began in 1764. Within the 252-year cycle, there are 12 21-year cycles. The 252-year and the 21-year cycles both complete in the year 2016. Therefore, expect the crash of the century this year. The year of Jubilee. 3 events are expected. Number 1, a gold and silver bull market breakout, then a spike into new all-time highs. For specific timing, see our gold index. Number 2, world stock market crash. Well, it's already started. The final top arrived on July 20th of 2015. Again, for specific timing, consider our stock market index. Number 3, Shemitah 2016 arrives on Sunday, October 2nd, 2016, or Elul 29. Monday is the first trading day, October 3rd. Again, expect an event, not a stock crash. The Shemitah and the true date. Starting with the Six-Day War in Israel on June 5th of 1967, we had 7 cycles of 360 weeks, which is 49 years, which brings us to September 21st, 2015. We must add a Jubilee year, and we arrive at October 2nd, 2016. To be very clear, expect an event, not a stock crash on this Shemitah. The definition of a bear market downtrend. A series of lower highs and lower lows in a multiple of broad market indices over at least a 2-month period is considered an entry into a bear market. Well, from July 2015 to January 2016, we are currently at 6 months. Applying the definition of a bear market downtrend to the U.S. S&P 500. The U.S. markets are all making lower highs since July 20th of 2015 and lower lows. Let me illustrate. Here's the exact top on July 20th when we did our interview. You'll notice a lower high on the start of November. You'll notice a second lower high on the very start, December 3rd of 2015. At this exact time point, December 3rd, we did a follow-up interview with Future Money Trends. On that interview, and here is the interview we did, we stated the gold bottom should be here today at $1,045. That bottom is held, and we believe the bottom occurred on that date. This will be the bottom for the bear market that has been going on for 5 years. Following the lower high, we then in late December have another lower high. Now let's look at the lows. We've got a low, we have a lower low, and we have a break of August 2015 with a lower low on the S&P. So this is a perfect bear market setup. The year of Jubilee. 3 events are expected. Number 1, a gold and silver bull market breakout, then a spike into new all-time highs. For specific timing, see our gold index. Number 2, world stock market crash. Well, it's already started. The final top arrived on July 20th of 2015. Again, for specific timing, consider our stock market index. Number 3, Shemitah 2016 arrives on Sunday, October 2nd, 2016, or Elul 29. Monday is the first trading day, October 3rd. Again, expect an event, not a stock crash. Remember this children's nursery rhyme? That's right, it's Humpty Dumpty. Well, Humpty Dumpty, he's faith and confidence. Let me illustrate. Faith and confidence breaks in 2016. Here we have Humpty Dumpty sitting on the wall of the Toronto Stock Exchange. This is a chart going back to 1980. And you will notice, as of January 2016, the low is sitting right on the wall. The problem is we have an entire market crash still to come. So faith and confidence is about to break on Toronto. Here's our version of faith and confidence. Faith and confidence is sitting on a wall. Faith and confidence is about to have the great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men will never be able to restore faith and confidence back in the system as we know it again. A new financial system backed by gold and silver is coming. The U.S. markets have been broken since the year 2008. Let me explain. You'll notice Humpty Dumpty sitting on the wall. You'll notice also that in 2008, the markets broke into a 2009 low. However, markets failed to rally back up over top the line and have stayed below support. Even into January 22nd of 2016, markets remain below support. So in 6 years, they've never gotten back up over the support line. A world market top arrived January 20th of 2015, and the crash and collapse begins. Back to the original question. Today, is gold money? Gold has always been money. Most important, gold is insurance against those who create credit and currency. Throw off the balance and gold will restore it. Gold and silver will go limit up, then no offer for a short while. As the balance is restored this year, the year of Jubilee. In summary, 3,000 ounces of paper gold have been sold for each ounce of physical gold. The derivative bubble is $1.5 quadrillion, and the 252-year currency credit cycle ends this year. Fasten your seatbelts. The coming 2016 gold price explosion and credit collapse will be a once-in-a-lifetime event. Gold is expected to have its first price jump this week. To give a day with the highest probability, it is expected to be this Friday, the 29th, 2016. Again, a price jump or no price jump. The long-term cycle is set for a price explosion this year. If you are interested in more information, consider our stock market index. We provide the 2016 month and week for the final exit point, and then the month and week for the final bottom. If you're interested in gold, consider the gold index. We provide the 2016 month and week for the spike and the major tops in 2016 into 2017. We also offer an exclusive turn date service, which includes gold, silver, tops and bottoms, and this is our website. Timing. Those who say you can't predict the future are correct, but what they fail to realize is you can calculate it. Remember, gold and silver were created by God and require no faith and no confidence to be money. Change is coming as the 252-year cycle ends and the credit system fails. The Jubilee year will be for those who hold an insurance policy called physical gold and silver. God's timing is always perfect. The credit crash began in July of 2015, and the greatest transfer of wealth in history arrives this year. Perfect timing cycles: 777, 1260, 21, and 252, all concealed in plain sight. I truly hope you've enjoyed this presentation.